What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Stackz Gaming and welcome to another One Piece deck profile. Before we begin, like always, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe, support us on Ko-fi, whatever you want to do. If you want to support us there, just a like and a share here is more than enough. Hell, even just a view is more than enough. But a comment and a like, share, stuff like that would be even better. You know, if you would just subscribe, I would have to keep bugging you every single video. But anyways, we're here. Uta, new deck profile, new starter deck. Let's get right into it. I don't have to tell you the whole history about me and this character. Just know it's my favorite character. And if you want to go back on some other videos and see my excitement for it, this character in general, feel free. We have a huge One Piece playlist. But yeah, we got your new leader, Uta, from the starter deck. Dawn ×1. When attacking once per turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a film type card, add it to your hand and put the rest on the bottom. I don't know why it says rest. Maybe just because if it's not a film card, you can put that card back on the bottom. But yeah, if it was more, that would make more sense. But yeah, top card if it's a film, you know, example, top card of your deck, film, add it to your hand. If not, because you do have some here that are not film, just put it back on the bottom. And it is once per turn, which is a very critical keyword or a key sentence, because there is a way to have her attack more than once. Moving on to the characters, you have probably the best card in the whole entire deck. You have 4 Nami. It is a must at 4. I'm sorry, I know it probably went up right now and some people don't want to get it, but she is a must. There's another film card here that's not really necessary, but she is. Because on play and when attacking, you pay 1 Dawn, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add a film card from there that other than Nami, add to your hand and put the rest on the bottom. So great searcher just for on play and when attacking, so she get working right away. Only downside is no counter, but you know, 3 cost, 5k attack, always good. Next up you got your big blocker Luffy, 7 cost, 7k power, no counter, but blocker, and on play you can play 1 film type card or Straw Hat type crew card character, sorry, with a cost of 4 or less from your hand and play it for free. So you can drop this, drop her for free, pay it on, do whatever you want to do. But there's better ways of going about it. We'll get into it right now. But keep that in mind for you non-Uta players that play the film package. Like me, I played Red Green Luffy. Deck profile's on here, by the way. He does also work with Straw Hats. So if you want to drop that, you just drop a different type of Straw Hat. That works too. We got 4 La, because he's just like an MVP of this deck as well. I know, Nami's the best card, but that's just the hidden goat right here. Was super underestimated, now it's really good. 1k counter, 2 cost, 3k power, and all he does is activate main. You pay 1 Dawn, add this card back to your hand, and then play a 3 cost character from your hand. Now I know you're saying, wasn't that just the same thing because you're paying the 2 and the 3, you know, by paying the extra Dawn? Yes and no, because you can play this on your first turn if you're going second for 2 Dawn, and then the next turn all you gotta do is pay 1 Dawn, and it's like you're splitting up a 3 cost character in payments. Because we all know sometimes when you go second, there's only a 2 drop you could pay. You wish you could play a freaking 3 drop or something, but no, this is another way of being able to do that. And it's just a cost 3. It doesn't have to be a film or Straw Hat or anything. Keep that in mind if you ever want to use them in a different deck, or if you actually want to drop a different card in this deck. Next up, your 4 Tony Choppers. Why? Because the 2k counter is the only film 2k counter in this deck until that Sanji comes out, like in set 7 or that extra set. I don't remember. But yeah, until then, that's your only 2k counter. That's not the only 2k counter in this deck, but it is the only film 2k counter. And it does have a useful effect. Dawn ×1 when attacking, you can rest one of your opponent's characters of cost 2 or less. Really worked out against like Zoro decks, some rush stuff like that, that use the cost 1 cards. You can drop that, start attacking with it. 4 of your new blocker from the starter deck. Uta, 1k counter, 3 cost, 4k power. Blocker, and at the end of your turn, you could trash 1 event from your hand to activate 1 of your film characters. Really good. We do have a couple of events in here. So feel free, you know, if you have her on there, attack with a Luffy since they're blocker, and then just pitch a card, stand it back up, 1 event, or pitch an event. You can even do it for herself, right? You can attack with her if need be, like in the Seal event. I had to take out an Uta blocker, so I actually used my own Uta to attack, and then I just set her back up. Great card. Of course, you got your 4 Brook, your film Brook. That's part of the chain with Luffy. 1k counter, 4 cost, 5k power. On play, you could play 1 film or Straw Hat type card. Character, damn it, keep saying card. 1 type, 1 film or Straw Hat type character with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. So you play the Luffy, play this, then play a Nami or a blocker or whatever the hell you want. And like I said, this one also just says Straw Hat, so if you want to play it in non-Uta decks that play a film package, you know, maybe there's some red Straw Hats you want to play or some other color Straw Hats, works with that too. All it has to be is a cost 3 or less. And speaking of cost 3s, we do have 4 Vanilla Usopps. And your other vanillas, because this just got out the way now, is 4 cost Zoro. The Usopp just works with the Law, the Brook, all that good stuff, and you know, just a 3/5 is always good. Zoro, just 2 because it's another option to drop with Luffy, because Luffy is a 4 or less. You know, might as well drop a stronger card. Sanji will probably be the card to replace this one because it's a 2K counter, and it's a cost 4 film whenever it comes out. Now, the 2 film characters that feel free to not play this card because I know it's pretty damn expensive right now is 2 Barto. I've always just played 2. I could play more, but just 2. Always play that in Red, Green, Luffy. I'm going to play 2 here. But if you could get your hands on it, I do recommend it still. I know a lot of decks don't play anymore, those deck lists in Japan, but I still really like it. It's like a kind of a better Uta at the same time, but it doesn't have a blocker. But it costs less, has a counter, 3k power if need be. But at the end of your turn, you rest this card, set one of your film characters active. So, really good. Good set up your Luffy, anything you want to save from attacks, stuff like that. Now for non-film characters, we do run for Izo, just because that's your other 2k counter. Plus on play, you know, rest one of your opponent's characters that's a cost 4 or less, and it also works with the Law. You know, you could bounce back the Law and drop this if need be to rest something, because it is a cost 3, and Law doesn't matter if it's Straw Hat or film or anything. I do run 2 10-drop Doffies. I'm not big on running 10 drops or stuff like that, like big things. I'm more of an aggressive player, try to go in there quick, but he did work out in test games. I haven't tested the deck too much, but it did work out against the Bello Betty deck. All they had was the 2 attackers and the leader, because I got rid of the other ones that were attacking, and Bello Betty hits hard, so they would get rid of the stuff, drop this, and then they were just locked that turn, and then it was able to take care of business the next turn. So you can run more. You can also run that kid, that Eustace kid card, cost 8 I believe. It's a really good card too. But instead of playing 4 of these or 2 of the other one, I opt on I play 2 Jewelry Bonnie. Yes, I know, some of you probably already clicked off the video, but just stick with me here, okay? In Red, Green, Luffy, I always used it. There was more Supernova targets in there than there is in this, but there is still 12 targets, and being able to get rid of the top 5 cards of your deck, looking for that Luffy, or that Barto, or the Zoro, or even the Law, because he is Supernova, is always good. Just digging into that deck. It costs 1, and there's no 1-drops in this deck, if you notice, so having the ability to at least drop something on your first turn, if you really need me, is always a good thing. But yeah, feel free to cut it out for some more 10 costs or anything like that. Now the rest are just pure events, and they all come from a starter deck. So 4 New Genesis, amazing, amazing card. It's better than Nami. Well, in a sense, it's cheaper. You pay 1, and here's the thing about all these events. Your leader has to be Uta. And seeing how this is only green Uta right now, this is the only deck you can play him in. The other Uta that we also have a deck profile on here, by the way, is just red, and the one coming out is red-purple. There's no other green. Now, if they bring out like a green-red, damn, that's going to be amazing. Hell, even a green-purple will put into work. But yes, cost 1. Main, if your leader is Uta, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 film type card other than this type, and add it to your hand, and place the rest on the bottom. And then you could activate the same Dawn. Not have to be the same Dawn, but you can just activate it on. So it's just a free card. Might as well just have a damn 0, but I guess it's a way because you have to play around it if you don't have it in your hand and search with Nami or the Uta, because the Uta leader can add this. It's just film cards in general. But insanely good card. You know, just rest, play it, stand it back up. I do run 4 Backlight. Again, your leader has to be Uta. But what it does, it's amazing. You either rest one of your opponent's characters with a cost 5 or less. You know, you could rest a blocker or stuff like that. Or just knock out one of your opponent's rested characters that's cost 5 or less. Take out some of those early attackers. There's been some games already where I practice, and then sometimes the opponent only has 1 or 2 attackers. You know, instead of having to attack into both, just attack into 1. Attack into the other one, let them waste some counters, and then just ping it anyways. It's kind of like the yellow card, Lightning Bolt, Thunderbolt, I don't know what it's called, but instead of having to get rid of one of the top cards of your life, just straight up 2 Dawn. And the last 2 cards of your deck are also 2 events, of course, and it's 2 I'm Invincible. Now, this one doesn't say you need an Uta leader, but I mean, the effect is to set up one of your Uta leaders as active. So there you go. It's not once per turn, so if you want to somehow use it twice in one turn, if need be, there you go. You can try running more. Like I said, you can also cut the Bonnie and put in more there if you want to run the playset. I'm using 2 right now, and it's worked out great. You don't always want to have it in your hand, because if you notice, we have like no triggers. We have no triggers at all in this whole entire deck. This is the only trigger, and all it is that basic up to when your leader characters gains plus 1,000 during this turn, which funny enough did work out for me in that Uta pre-release starter deck thingy. But yeah, guys, that's it for the whole entire deck. Let us know if you want to see any battles, stuff like that. I know I say all the time it's hard for us to do that. Don't forget that I moved to Arizona a couple years ago already when I first, was starting this full-time channel thing. Well, not really full-time, but full-time for us. It was like towards the end of the year. And all the rest of my friends and stuff are in Cali, so it's hard for me to get games in. But yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. Let us know what else you want to see next with decks, and I hope to see you all next time.